Alright, so recently I discovered something and it was called the video game generation. It sounds exactly like what it is. So essentially, this new generation, we like to call us, ourselves the millennials, but there's an even better term that you can use, and it is the video game generation. For all of us who grew up in, I guess, the 90s, maybe early or late 80s, and so on, video games is pretty much something we all know. We all know how to play a video game. We all understand the concept of a video game. And so it's simple, right? You start off with basic training. Basic training in the sense where they teach you how to use a gun. They teach you how to jump. They teach you how to run. Teach you how to double jump, right? You go around, you do a couple missions, you get your hands wet. You figure out how to press the buttons, how to use the controller. All right? Now, once you master that skill, what happens? You are now level 1. Great. So, they then add on a new set of skills in which you must learn. So, maybe it could be how to aim and shoot at the same time, how to crouch and roll and shoot, right? In each level of a video game, it gets harder, right? You end up facing more difficult bosses, and it requires you to think, right? So what the game usually does is it sets you up and prepares you to fight the boss. Now you can either practice, you can die multiple times and practice, just through sheer ignorance, I guess, and try to figure out what's going on, or you can really look and think and understand the situation and plan your intentions, right? Based on, where you're failing, how can you beat this guy? Or you can just continuously press X, restart, X, restart, X, restart, and get the same results. Now, in order to get to level 3, for example, let's say you graduate, you beat the first boss, yay. You know how to use the grapple hook, which can get you on the wall, you jump behind the monster, you shoot him in the head, he's dead. Let's say that was level 2. Now, to get to level 3, you have another boss which will require you to use that same grapple hook in which you learned from level 2, along with a new skill which is like a flamethrower, which you can only acquire once you get to level 3. As you can see, levels get harder, bosses get harder, and each time you have to defeat a new boss, it requires you to learn a new skill. If you were to take someone who beat level 2 because the game glitched, they didn't use the grapple hook, and they just somehow miraculously ended up on the other side of the monster and knew how to shoot from level 1, killed the monster, sure, he was victorious, but was he actually victorious? Because now in level 3, to beat this monster, the skill of the grapple hook was never actually acquired. It was luck. It was a sense of a glitch, it was a mistake. So now this person is literally stuck on level 3, has no clue, is too stubborn to go back to level 2 because they have been pushed into a level in which they never truly deserved. See, we've been teaching ourselves, how to play the game of life. Essentially, each year we live, it gets harder. Each year we live, we learn new skills. But it's up to you to teach yourself those skills and to practice them and to get better at them. Because there's ways to cheat, but when you cheat and the task at hand shows up and you didn't actually try or you didn't actually learn that motor skill, what's going to happen? You are going to fail. And you are always going to remain at level 3 while others climb the level ladder who are now 25. There's a reason in life You cannot jump from level 1 to level 25. There's a reason why in a video game you have to earn your ranking. There's a reason why you start off at level 1 and build the skills necessary to defeat the level 25 monster. The level 25 monster is not defeatable for someone who's a level 20, for example. You just don't have the skills. You just don't have the skill set, the weapons. Each time in a game, you are granted a new weapon, a new armor. You're granted something because you deserve it, because you've earned it. And they give you that because they know you need it for the next monster. So each time you earn a skill or a weapon, it adds on to your arsenal so that in case you need it in future times, you can use it. For the individuals that don't actually learn how to use those weapons, if you give someone a weapon, for example, and they don't know how to use it, it's wasted ammunition, it's wasted time. You just end up failing. People, if you want to be successful in life, you gotta learn from the bottom. You gotta learn the basic skills, and you have to slowly add each step. The brain is now capable of doing this. We know this. Neuroplasticity is a thing. So if you want to be the best, if you want to improve who you are today, it requires you to change the way you think. It requires you to practice, and it requires you to continuously teach yourself the basics and slowly adding on one level at a time. If you think you're gonna make it by skipping, by cheating, by just getting by, it never works. In life, you can never get by. You will get caught, and you will fail, and you will drown miserably. And it's up to you. Do you just want to keep playing on easy to feel that simple dopamine rush? Or do you want to challenge yourself and truly master the video game of life? Increase the level, which means you increase the level of knowledge in your head, which means you increase the level of satisfaction and knowledge in which you can share and spread to the world. All right? A level 25 player in a video game could be classified as a level 25 human being, in which I would like to say in my spectrum might be a doctor. All right? Someone who's a level 5 nurse will never be able to be a doctor if they just scraped by. They now have to relearn everything in which they thought they knew because they cheated the system. There was a glitch. So, we've been playing this our whole lives. All of us in this millennial generation, we know how to play the game of life. We have been given the cards to understand how this life works. Now it's up to you to basically practice. All right? If there's anything you want in life, you can do it. You have to sit down, you gotta buckle down, you gotta get your head right and focus and simply be the best you can be, because you can. I'm done. This video is over. Don't be fucking level 1. There's no point. Don't be the idiot that plays NHL on easy because it makes them feel good. That moron goes nowhere. Now, we need those people. But if this video hits home with you, don't be that fucking retard.